Doctor Doom is one of the most iconic villains in Marvel history. He's someone who is presumably going to have a heavy presence in the MCU within the next few years, considering we're getting Secret Wars, even though we haven't seen him yet. With the Fantastic Four movie on schedule for Phase 6, fans are eager to know where this uber-powerful character is going to factor into the universe, which we know he has to, and it's power rankings. But today, we're going to get you up to speed on who Doctor Doom actually is. What makes him tick? Welcome to the Chaos Multiverse, everybody. Jimmy, your Chaos. Today, we're going to go over 20 facts about Doctor Doom that you need to know. You may know some of them, you may not know all of them. Let me know if you're excited for the Fantastic Four to be introduced to the MCU and eventually Doctor Doom himself, and drop a like. Here we go. Doctor Doom's real name is Victor Von Doom. Everybody knew that, right? He was born in a fictional country of Latveria in Eastern Europe. The character debuted in 1962, but it wasn't until 1964 that he was given the country of origin. Like most iconic Marvel characters, he was created by the legends Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Fact number 2. As a child, Victor Von Doom was highly intelligent and talented in the fields of science and magic. In fact, his name Doctor Doom actually stems from the fact that he earned his PhD, so he's quite literally Doctor Doom. Now, obviously, he kept that name once he turned to the super villainy side of things, but the point is, the guy's insanely smart and has even figured out how to use magic and sorcery to his advantage alongside his insane scientific knowledge. Think Tony Stark, but with magic. Fact number 3. Doom's mother was killed by none other than Mephisto after a bargain gone wrong, and his father died during the cold winter's night while they were on the run. The death of his parents ultimately motivated Doom to master the art of magic and sorcery. As far from an early age as you could go, he developed a hatred for Mephisto since he obviously blamed him for his mother's death. Wouldn't it be crazy if they tied Mephisto into the MCU with Doom somehow? That story arc would be absolutely insane. Fact number 4. He attended the State University in Hageman. I hope I said that right. That is where he met Reed Richards. Now, Richards and Doom were intellectual rivals and peers, but they never got along as people. The two would debate most complex of subjects and obviously pushed each other to their mental limits, but when it came down to how they saw each other as people, they actually hated each other. Fact 5. Doom built a suit of armor for himself after suffering disfigurement from an experiment gone wrong, which he wears as Doctor Doom. In fact, that experiment gone wrong was pointed out by none other than Reed Richards before it blew up. But given how much the two hated each other, Doom carried on the experiment and ignored Richards' warnings. Today, Doom wears the mask at all times to hide his disfigurations, but they served as a constant reminder that Reed Richards was a little bit smarter than him and caught the air that he couldn't. And that kind of serves as his constant motivation for his hatred for the Fantastic Four. Fact 6. Doctor Doom is one of the most intelligent characters in the Marvel Universe, with a genius-level intellect and expertise in numerous fields, including, but not limited to, science, engineering, and robotics. There aren't many problems in the world that Doom couldn't solve with enough time and resources, and many of his dastardly plots throughout Marvel history stem from him attempting to perform insane experiments and push science to its absolute limit. Many of those experiments are often foiled by Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four, which once again just adds to the ongoing, they don't like each other. Fact 7. Doom is a skilled sorcerer and can cast a wide range of spells, including teleportation, mind control, and even energy projection. Like I said before, his early exposure to magic and the hatred of Mephisto drove him to become obsessed with magic, and there was even a point where he became a master of the dark arts. His blend of scientific and magical knowledge makes him insanely dangerous to anybody who dares to cross him. Fact 8. Doctor Doom has clashed with numerous Marvel superheroes, including the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, and even the Avengers. Doom often shows up in various Marvel stories and even took the mantle of Iron Man in the infamous Iron Man comic run in 2016. He's been all over the Marvel Universe, so it wouldn't be shocking at all as to why so many people want to see him done justice on the big screen. It needs to be done right, especially after the 2015 Fantastic Four movie. It didn't bode well for Doom. Fact 9. Doom has also been a member of various Marvel villain teams, such as the Masters of Evil and the Cabal. Now, the Masters of Evil are probably his most famous team-up example, as that showed him fighting alongside with characters like Ultron, Loki, Baron Mordo. I mean, it was pretty cool. There have been many rumors claiming Doom is going to get the Masters of Evil together for the MCU version of Secret Wars, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying that one. Fact 10. Dr. Doom has a complex relationship with Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic Four, who he sees as his intellectual equal and rival. Now, the history between Doom and Richards, we talked about it. It varies depending on which timeline you're talking about, but no matter what, there is this serious conflict between the two characters that predates their statuses as superheroes and supervillains. Doom always fell short of Richards' accomplishments, and that kind of overshadowing was only amplified once they donned their alter egos. Fact 11. Doom has ruled over the country he comes from as both a monarch and a dictator, and is often portrayed as this megalomaniacal tyrant. But other versions of the character show him as a passionate leader, simply going too far while trying to keep his people safe and prosperous. Dr. Doom is one of those characters that often walks the line between pure evil and fallen hero. That's why people love him. Would I call him an anti-hero? Probably not. Fact 12. Doom has a deep sense of honor and pride, and is often unwilling to compromise his principles for the work of others. Now, despite often teaming up with villains, Doom frequently denies the chance to collaborate so he can conquer his obstacles without help and retain all the glory for himself, even if he's the only one that sees the glory in what he's actually done. He's a little delusional. Fact 13. Dr. Doom has a reputation as one of the most dangerous villains in the Marvel Universe and has been responsible for numerous acts of violence and destruction. In fact, Screen Rant published an article in February of 2022 claiming that Dr. Doom now has the highest kill count of any Marvel supervillain, claiming billions of lives and even surpassing Thanos as the Marvel Universe's most effective killer. Fact 14. Doom has been involved in various secret societies and organizations throughout the years, including the Illuminati and the Order of the Black Sun. Basically, if there's a powerful villain team up in the Marvel Universe, there's a chance Doom has been involved in it, often as a leader, at least got the invite. His power and strategy are extremely valuable to any villainous organization, assuming you can actually get him to be a team player and cooperate. Fact 15. Dr. Doom has been portrayed in various media outside of comic books, such as in video games, television shows, and movies. In terms of Marvel villains who have appeared in the most storylines and franchises, Dr. Doom is very high up there. He may not be at the top, but he's flirting with it. There's a reason why he's one of the most iconic villains in the history of comics. Not just Marvel, all comics. Fact number 16. Doom is often depicted as having a deep-seated fear of failure and a desire for perfection, which drives him to pursue his goals at any cost. He's a scientist at heart, and he never lets failure get in the way of his goals. He sees failure or defeat as a momentary setback and an opportunity to revise his strategies, which is part of what makes him so dangerous to go up against, because even if you take him down, he's not going to stay down for long. He's going to adapt and he's going to move forward. He actually gets stronger with every defeat. Fact 17. Dr. Doom has a long-standing rivalry with the superhero team known as the Fantastic Four, whom he blames for his disfigurement and subsequent descent into evil. In fact, some would even argue that Doom isn't much of a villain as much as he is just an incredibly arrogant anti-hero. He has dramatic goals that the Fantastic Four and Reed Richards specifically stand in the way of, but when you look at his motivations for why he does what he does, he's not evil in the traditional sense. That's part of the reason why he hates the FF so much. He doesn't see his actions as evil, and the fact that he's constantly being blocked from his goals by Reed and company just motivates him to prove his superiority. Maybe it's the Fantastic Four's fault. Fact 18. Doom has a numerous amount of romantic relationships over the years, including the fellow Marvel villains such as Morgan Le Fay and the Enchantress. He even had a son with Enchantress in What If issue 114, but obviously that's not canon to any major Marvel timeline, but it's there. He was briefly romantically interested in Storm from the X-Men, and there was even one story arc where he married the Scarlet Witch, initially just for her power, but ended up falling in love with her. I mean, despite having a metal mask and barely any discernible human features, Dr. Doom has found love many times throughout the Marvel history universe. Fact 19. Dr. Doom is often portrayed as being highly charismatic and persuasive. He's able to convince others to follow his lead or join him in his schemes. Doom is a leading character, and in many story arcs, he's the leader of all the villains. Now, obviously, he has his Fantastic Four nemesis, but he's also served as a strategist and a leader for other villain group team-ups. Doom isn't just another powerful villain. He's a mastermind of villainy, and his charismatic personality plays a huge role in getting people to trust him. Fact number 20. Doom has been involved in numerous crossover events in the Marvel Universe, including Secret Wars and Civil War. Now, he obviously wasn't involved with the MCU's version of Civil War. He almost certainly will play a major role in the upcoming Secret Wars story arc, and if we look back at the comic version of this conflict, Doom was pivotal to how it played out, in case you didn't know. The original Secret Wars arc started when Beyonder basically just teleports a bunch of heroes and villains to a distant planet and forces them to fight to the death. And Doctor Doom is a key player of the villains, leading multiple attacks and even trying to kill Beyonder directly rather early on. If the MCU version of Secret Wars is going to be as insane as the comic version arc, Doom is going to play one of the biggest roles, if not the biggest, in these movies. There you have it. There's a little look into the life of Victor Von Doom. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.